Hey everybody, it's Father Casey, the pastor of the Epiphany of Our Lord Church, and I welcome you once again to our Fourth Magi YouTube channel. So let me ask you a question. If you had to lose one sense, what would it be? Would you rather lose your eyesight, or would you rather lose your hearing? Or would you rather lose your sense of taste, or your sense of smell, or your sense of touch? Out of all the senses that we have, what would you like to give up the most? If you had to give up one, what would you rather have? And that's something I've always thought about, and I love to ask people that question. Like, if you like music, would you give up your hearing? Would you rather be deaf, or would you rather be blind? Or what? It's an interesting question, because when we are deprived of our senses, we are deprived. We're going to talk more about that this week on the Fourth Magi. So, this week in the Gospel, Jesus is walking from Jericho to Jerusalem. That's about 15 miles, and it's a straight shot to Jerusalem from Jericho. It's the main route. And so, on the road, which a lot of people are going to pass because we're approaching the Passover, Jesus is on his way. So, on that road are a lot of beggars, people looking for help. And just said, you know what, there's a lot of people, it's a high traffic area, therefore people will definitely stop and help us. So there's this blind beggar, can't see, his name is Bartimaeus. And he's been sitting there, and he sits there day after day after day. People come and go, and he asks for help, alms for a blind man. And some people will give him money, but I'll bet you 10 to 1. There are people that take money too. Oh, here you go. And they just take something extra. So he hears the hullabaloo because Jesus is coming with quite an entourage now. Quite a bit of followers, people coming and seeing him in Jericho. So, there's people talking to him in the roadway. And so Bartimaeus catches wind of this excitement and figures out that it's Jesus of Nazareth, this rabbi that he's heard about but never seen, of course, or never had anyone bring him to see him before. So he just starts calling out, "Oh, yo, son of David, have pity on me." So Jesus, hears his voice. He must have been really loud. He really had some pipes in him to catch Jesus' attention. So Jesus says, "Bring him to me." So there's a line there that says, "Oh, get up and go to the master. He's invited you." And I'm thinking, what do you tell the blind man to get up and go? Like, go help him. But I'm sure that was some kind of mistranslation. We'll just leave it like that. So Jesus and Bartimaeus meet, and Bartimaeus, says, "Oh, son, have pity on me." And Jesus says to him something very interesting. "What do you want me to do for you?" That's a pretty blank check there. That's an open invitation to many things. Even if I was blind and you said to me, "What do you want me to do for you?" I would have to stop and think a little bit and think, wow, that's a pretty open-ended statement. I've lived so many years without any sight, but maybe I want this, or maybe I want that. Jesus is like the genie in the bottle. What do you want me to do for you? Now, it's interesting because last week we had the apostles James and John saying to Jesus, "We want you to do this for us." Very different status. Now Jesus has invited this blind man, Bartimaeus, what do you want me to do for you? And he simply says, I want you to give me my sight back, which is quite beautiful because it's that simple. And Jesus says, well, your faith has saved you. Get up and be about your business. But Jesus does something that's important. He restores the life to Bartimaeus. And Bartimaeus can't see, so he can't work. He can't have a relationship properly. He is at the mercy of other people. He's at the mercy of society. That's why he sits on the side of the road and begs, alms, alms. But now Jesus has given him his life. Things are going to be very different for Bartimaeus. But what does Bartimaeus do with it? He gets back into line and he follows Jesus. He's like, you know what? What I want to do with what I've been given, I'm going to follow Jesus. Now, you and I, in our relationships, we sometimes keep life from other people. And this is what I mean. When we resent people, when we hold grudges against other people, we are not restoring life to them. We are keeping life from them. But when we restore life to them, when we forgive them, when we show mercy to them, then we are giving them back something that hasn't been there. Like Jesus restoring Bartimaeus' sight. When we give to someone who's lacking in love, mercy, compassion, or maybe they're lacking in the big things, the food, shelter, clothing, or so forth. When we give to that and we help someone, we are restoring something back to them. Maybe not their sight or their hearing, but we're giving life back to them. Very much like Jesus did. So this week, let's ask ourselves, have we taken life from someone by holding grudges, being unkind, unmerciful, judging, withholding from others what they deserve, what they need? Or do we restore life to others by giving them what they need as children of God? That is what I truly think is the message, the core message of this week's gospel. So good luck and God bless, and go Yankees!